So if you could just a few conversations.
Sure.
If you could introduce yourself and just tell people who you're here.
Sure. My name is Michael Gottwald, and should I look at you or the camera?
Me.
Okay. My name is Michael Gottwald, and I'm here as one of the producers of Beasts of the Southern Wild, and we're here to show the film to about 80 DC students who are involved in the arts, after-school programs, as well as 20 New Orleans students, which is particularly cool for us because our production company and our whole operation is based in New Orleans, and we made the movie about 80 miles away, 80 miles south of New Orleans. So yeah, it's been fantastic. We're going to do a little introduction. Me, Dan Janvey, one of the other producers, and Josh Penn, one of the other producers, and then afterwards we're going to do a Q&A with Dwight Henry, who's one of the stars, Quavengene Wallace, who's the other star, and Ben Zeitlin, who's the director and co-writer.
How does it feel for you? Obviously you've done some showings in the film around the country. This seems like it might qualify itself as a unique one.
Absolutely.
And then what you're doing afterwards.
Yes, absolutely. This is pretty much the peak for us. I mean, the Oscar campaign. I mean, we never imagined this movie would go, that we would be able to bring it to all these different audiences. But being able to be here, and show it here in Washington D.C. with this group, and then have an event at the White House is for us amazing, because we actually all three of us worked on the 2008 campaign, and I don't know if we're allowed to say that. Sure. All three of us worked on the 2008 campaign as field organizers and digital organizers as well. And so we actually transferred a lot of the skills that we learned in 2008 as far as organizing a community, how to empower a community around like a seemingly impossible task, which is what this movie was. And we applied a lot of those principles to how we produced the film, including the grassroots casting operation that we built to find non-professional actors like Dwight Henry and Quavengene Wallace, who didn't even have an acting career on their radars whatsoever, but we sought them out because we were seeking out people who weren't actually interested in acting, but who thought, hey, why not give it a shot? And then, and who have whole careers, whole different lives. Quavengene was only 6 years old when we filmed the movie, so she hadn't done much acting or even been in much of school. And Dwight Henry was a baker. He's a career baker, and he still is. He's a restaurateur. And, it was very important for us to have these kinds of people make up the fabric of our movie. And in fact, most of the people in our film had never acted before at all. And with the grassroots casting operation, we went just like on the Obama campaign, we went to like barbershops and community centers and churches, getting out the word, and we had volunteers, and we gave out flyers at schools and everything, and that's the way that we found non-traditional actors for this film, is by going out there and doing that. And we eventually saw about 4,000 people for the role of Hush Puppy. Then we saw another 1,000 people before we found Dwight to play the lead male part.
Last quick question before we start.
Sure.
Just when you do screening and workshops with kids, is there any perspective that
Yeah.
Is there any different about showing kids and their reactions you realize?
Sure. Well, also, should I talk about the fact that we're meeting Michelle later?
Sure.
Okay. Okay. Because I feel like I didn't say that, but I.
Okay. I mean, if you just want to and later we're going to start with
Sure. Yeah. And after this screening, we're actually going to go over to the White House and meet the First Lady, which for us is as good as it gets. I mean, it's hard to describe how much that means to us, but we know that she and the president have seen the film and that they're fans, and to be able to just talk or even have a few minutes with her to talk about the film and about what this means for our journey and how we applied some of those community organizing principles to the making of the film means the world to us. So that's going to be fantastic, and we're all really looking forward to it. I mean, it's such an honor to be here, just in DC and in this whole realm. And then, as far as talking to kids about the film, it's particularly cool because these are after school. They're involved in an after-school program that emphasizes the arts, and that's actually, school. The film is very much about community, and the school and school is one of the many communities where we met a lot of the people who worked on the film. A lot of us went to college together. A lot of us have known each other since we were even like 10 years old. And we all started, or most of us involved in the project, got to know each other, started doing work on the project when we were, or started doing work together when we were in school. So the emphasis of like working with your friends in school environments is extremely important. And then also Ben and Lucy, who co-wrote the movie together, they met in an arts program. They met at a playwriting workshop. And so the genesis of this movie is very much in schools and in after-school programs. In fact, the audition process for Hush Puppy was so exhaustive that we actually started an after-school program ourselves because we had seen so many great kids and we wanted to get to know them better and also teach them about, some basic acting fundamentals as well as, what it means to make a movie. How do you put the pieces together and, what does a producer do? What does a director do? What does a cameraman do? That kind of thing. So. And that's something that we're also committed to. Our company or our organization or whatever you want to call it, Court 13, which is based in New Orleans, we really do care about the arts in the community, and that's always been part of what we do, as well as make movies that hopefully people really like, and hopefully these kids like too.
Everybody know at least one of their grandparents? How many people know at least one of their grandparents? Right? Okay. Talk about a distance travel. As I think about my grandparents, right, their mother and father were slaves. Right? My great-grandparents were slaves. And if you think about that, wasn't that long ago. And the journey that...
Sure. Thank you, Rachel. And how's everybody doing? You guys excited to watch the movie?
Yes.
Cool. So we just wanted to introduce ourselves and say a little something before we start. Just so you know, I think when people think producers, or movies, they immediately think Hollywood or New York, but our home base is in New Orleans. So it's particularly cool to have our friends from New Orleans here today. Where are our friends from New Orleans? In the Beats. Very cool to be in Washington, D.C. and show it to you guys who are from D.C. But yeah, our home base is in New Orleans, and that's where we kind of cobbled together this movie. We didn't come from some sort of slick studio or anything like that. We were just living in New Orleans, and we were a couple of people who just really wanted to tell this particular story, and that's how it all happened. And Danny,
Yeah, I think when you guys watch the movie, one of the cool things about this program is that y'all are working together in the arts. Or like y'all are making stuff and acting each other's stuff and dancing together. And just when you think about making movies, know that that's exactly how we made this. That there were people who came from many different backgrounds, both from all over the country and in different arts mediums, to band together to do this. And we started making stuff about 10 years ago together, and that's how we ended up here in Washington. So I think when you watch this movie, you know that it was made from groups a lot like yours. This is about working together to build this big thing.
we started collaborating in schools, and and a lot of the key collaborations in the movie started in after-school programs. So it's extremely important what you guys are doing.
And I started working, I made a movie with one of our key collaborators on this when I was in high school. One of the guys who made one of the composers I met when I was in third grade in a Little League team. So it really goes way back.
In fact, the director and the editor have known each other since they were 0 years old. So that tells you how far back.
And in terms of the movie itself, we're really excited that you're about to see it. It's about a young girl named Hush Puppy who lives in a made-up town called the Bathtub. And just so you know, the film was inspired by the coastal communities of southern Louisiana. And in that region, which is about an hour and a half below New Orleans, there's massive coastal erosion affecting the community. So the land is literally disappearing. So this is a film that's trying to grapple with what it means for people to lose their homes and lose the thing that makes them. So I think that's one theme that we want you to think about as you watch the film. And as you do that, also keep in mind that it's a completely made-up universe. So the bathtub is this is made up fantasy world that you're about to get thrown into. And the director, the young star Kuvenchine, and then the male star Dwight Henry, they're all going to be here afterwards, and you guys can grill them about the movie.
And another cool thing about along those lines is that in tune with us not coming from any sort of studio or anything, the actors in the movie had never acted in a movie before whatsoever. So keep that in mind when you watch it. I think it's really fascinating to see that. And then you'll get to, like Dan said, you'll get to meet them afterwards. So
And they're all from Louisiana.
and all from the area. So.
All right, should we roll the movie? Let's go to showtime.
Since I've been to around the world since the movie, this is one of the highlights of all of the traveling I've been doing.
That's amazing, dude. Okay, we're rolling. So he's got a better mic on camera.
Do you want to plug in?
Yeah, I think
I might plug in a little bit of audio for you, sir. I was reading about your story. I hadn't heard about it. It's quite exceptional.
Yeah, it is. It is. It's a wonderful story.
And I was talking. The producers came this morning. I was talking to them before they, the guys. And they, I don't know if you know. I'm sure they told you they worked on the campaign. Back in 2008.
Oh yeah, I
the
know,
guys. Yeah.
They worked all around. Josh, Michael, Dan, all of them. When I first met them, they actually was just finishing the campaign, and they was coming back to New Orleans and things like that. And they told me all about the wonderful things they was doing, for the election. Yeah, it's great.
All right. So if you could please just introduce yourself and tell us where you are and how it feels to be here.
My name is Dwight Henry, and I'm here at the White House, and it's a pleasure to be here. I mean, been to a lot of places around the world with the film in the past couple of years, but this is the highlight of all of the traveling I've done. This is the highlight because when I got the call and said that Mr. Obama wanted us to come to the White House, I was just overwhelmed. Yeah.
And the event today is you guys are talking with some kids, some from New Orleans, some from here in Washington, D.C. Have you done any events where you get to talk to children about the film and what's their take? Because it is a film about...
Lately, since the film has achieved so much success it's been having, especially being from New Orleans, and I speak to some kids from John McDonald School last week. I spoke to some kids, and I mean, it's just strange. I mean, I never thought in a million years that, I can have an impact on some of these young kids like I do. They have so much respect for the successes that I've had in business with my bakeries and the things that's happening with the film and things like that. I often have young kids come to the bakery and, so proud of some of the things and accomplishments that I've made, and it makes me feel good when a young guy come up to me and tell me, man, I'm so proud of everything that you accomplished. It makes me feel good that I can have an influence on some of these young guys.
And for you personally, was the whole experience something? I mean, a lot of people, obviously in this day and age, do things like second careers and things like that. But you're a bakery and a deli you have down in New Orleans.
Yeah.
You're very successful.
Very successful.
But you never, I think this wasn't something that was in the back of your mind. Just kind
this
of
was something that I wasn't looking to be in the film business. I mean, it was something that me and Michael Gotwald, the casting director, were sitting in the bakery one day, and it's like, Michael, I'm gonna come over there and cast for a part for y'all movie. Just a friendly gesture, not really even thinking I'm gonna get an extra part or anything, just being with a friend. This is what he do. He comes by my bakery and eat and talk with me, so I'm gonna go over there by your production office and cast with you as a friendly gesture. Never in a million years that I thought I was gonna get the lead part in this movie. But it's all about, and I often tell some of the young kids that I talk to, I mean, just believe in yourself. Just having, I can go back to the time when I first opened up my bakery. No one believed in me. I got turned down by every bank, every finance company, every family member, every friend. No one believed that I can open up this business and be successful at it, but me. Self-belief is the first step into believing in having success is believing in yourself. If you believe in yourself, no one else have to believe in you for you to be successful.
What does it kind of mean to you? You talked a little bit at the beginning, but to come here at the White House, Michelle Obama, the First Lady, is going to be there, to meet with you guys, and I'm sure you've heard her and the President speak about the film,
Yes.
that they've enjoyed it immensely.
Yes.
What does it mean to you, as an American, as a citizen, to be in this?
It means a whole lot that when I first heard that Barack Obama said this was his favorite movie of the year, it was a tremendous feeling. Even when we travel around the world, go to all of these different places, and people respond so well to the film, and to have the President and Miss Obama to respond and at the same way that all of America responded to the film, it's a wonderful feeling that everybody feel the same way about this wonderful, magical film that we put our heart into and made. It's just a tremendous feeling.
And my last question would be, in reading about the film, I heard a lot about you, and you're from New Orleans.
Yeah.
Obviously, a fictional movie. There's no real place like the bath.
It's fictional to people when
Right.
they look at it from the outside.
Right.
But for me, it's not fictional because a lot of things that these people go through in the film, I go through in real life. I was 2 years old. Hurricane Betsy came. I'm on the roof of the house. Camille. It's a long list of things that we have to go through living in that region. Difficult weather conditions that we have to go through that, it makes us stronger. It makes us stronger, and it makes us the resilient people that we are, going through all of these things and surviving them,
Absolutely.
So it makes us the strong, resilient people and the special people that we are down there living in that region. We are very unique in our own particular way down there. We do things different than other people do.
Absolutely. How are things going for you in the bakery and everything?
Since the bakery, since we did the film, business probably increased a third. All the successes that we're having with the film, I have people call and come from long distance. People tell me, man, I'm thinking they're coming down for Carnival. I said, y'all coming down for Carnival? She said, no, we came down all the way down here from Minnesota or wherever just to see you. We heard about the film, and it's like, I got fan letters. I have one particular fan letter that I had. I had a fan letter. It was from a 70-year-old white woman. She said, she wrote it just like that. She said, I'm a 70-year-old white grandmother from Kentucky. I've never wrote a fan letter in my life, but I seen y'all film and it touched me so much that I had to write this letter. And I was so touched by this letter. And I read it and it went on to, she said she's seen it twice and she wanted to see it again, but it took so much out of her at 7 years old to watch this film emotionally. She couldn't watch it again. And she went on and on how much I changed her life, how much she look at things differently now after she watched the film. And I got that letter and I told a reporter that interviewed me about a couple of weeks ago that I really want to take that letter and really frame it because it meant so much to me that from a 70-year-old woman to be able to express herself like that and for a film to make her feel like that is special to me,
Absolutely. Well, thank you, sir.
Right up this way. Now left at the top of the stairs.
you mind if I tag along with you guys?
Oh, that's fine.
I'll try to stay out of the way. I know it's tight.
I'll stay down here if I get cramped. You guys just come down.
Okay. Like 5 minutes, yeah.
Not a problem. Not a problem. That's fine. Just take this.
Okay. So this is actually a sort of part of the back of the house. This is Risa, one of our chefs here.
Nice
This
to meet you,
room-
Dwight Henry.
This is, yeah. It was Dwight, right?
Dwight, yeah.
Dwight, yes. And your name was?
Rocky.
Rocky, okay. I'm Bill. That's Raina and Risa. So this room is called the Old Family Dining Room because it is, it's still used sometimes for like lunches and important events, but mostly we use it as a staging area as the chefs because we serve either where you just were or in the state dining room, which is where you will see it later. And then, so these are the service elevators that go up to the kitchens and down to the kitchens. And the bakery is one half flight up right above our heads here.
How many kitchens y'all have?
Well, there's the bakery, we have a chocolate shop, there's a main kitchen, which we'll see in a minute. And then the family has a kitchen on the second floor that's their own, like home style kitchen. It's not so big and professional, but it's comfortable. Yeah.
When they want to do their own cooking.
Yeah, which doesn't happen that often, frankly. They're too busy. I mean, the schedule that they follow is just, ruthless. But yeah, if they did want to, they could.
In earlier years, the pastry shop was a part of the main kitchen.
Okay.
And then finally, around 92, the pastry shop was moved to where it is now. And was
Buddy, this is Buddy.
originally a dish area.
This is Dwight and Rocky.
How y'all doing?
How you doing, buddy?
Bud is a presidential butler. He's good.
I'm just a new owner.
Yeah, that's right.
Next time you come, you gotta stop by.
Yes,
Bottom milk drop.
You gotta leave a card before you leave.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been here on my 18th year now. Yes.
You don't look but 18 years old. She don't look but 18
I
years
know.
old.
She just started when she was 1.
Sure.
I'm a newbie. I'm only here 6 years.
Okay.
A lot of people. There's people who've been here. Like 50 years.
Buddy's
Buddy's
been here,
a long time.
I think almost
Well, I mean, when you
30,
get a job like this, you don't
38
leave.
years.
That's right.
You don't leave.
This is the bakery. You go ahead and to the left.
Hi.
That's Wendy and Jack.
Wendy, Dwight Henry.
Dwight and Rocky.
Nice to meet you.
They're from the bakery in New
Come on
Orleans.
in. Hi, nice to meet you. So we missed out on your donuts this morning? Is that what
Yeah.
happened?
Well,
I think they might be there. If there's some left, I saw some down there.
We're working on getting y'all some more over here.
Oh,
And we had a difficult time transporting them from
I
New
bet.
Orleans
When did you
here.
guys fly in?
Flew in last night. Last night.
So you brought them on the plane, you carried them on?
Well, we couldn't get them on the plane, so we had to leave them. So we getting somebody to send them down Delta Express, something like that. Yeah,
How come you wouldn't let you get them on the plane?
yeah,
It's a security thing?
it's a security. Yeah,
I'm gonna find out that.
yeah.
Thought the White House was the only place we didn't have the
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. So this is the full extent of our bakery. It goes over to this window right here.
Not
This
too big, huh?
No, not that big. This is facing west. So we're at the northwest corner of the White House. That looks over onto the West Wing and the
So
president's
y'all have some
office.
little beast cookies there, huh?
Oh yes,
Y'all
yeah,
made us
yeah.
some special beast
Yes,
cookies.
we did. We made the beast, and they're down there on the buffet as well. And then we had a few backups here. We have the beast, and then the other beast. This is the White House beast. That's Bo, their dog.
Right.
And yeah, so we love making cookies especially for an event like this. That's just so, you have, I must say, your group has moved everyone to the White House. All the people who came up here and have been talking with the East Wing, and they talk to us. It's really
It's a pleasure. Even when I first met the guys, when we first did the film, man, it's not like it's more like working with your family. It's like a family. All the guys that grew up together, they from New York. They grew up together. They went to school together. They went to college together. They're making films together. And making that film with them it's just like a whole family of people, just a family having fun making this magical film. It's like a family event. It was wonderful. Just like I did my second film, 12 Years a Slave. It's a big old production, big budget, but it wasn't nothing like the movie with Beast, with the family atmosphere. Yeah, it was wonderful. If I do 100 films, I'll never in a million years forget Beast. Yeah,
that's really cool.
It's great. That's great.
Yeah, they told us that they came over to your shop to put the flyer there, and then they said, "Well, we found the guy we want."
They used to put, and I watched them flyers. They used to put them in the bakery for months. They just stood there, and I never actually pulled the number, gave him a call, or went over there. Till one day we were just sitting down. It's like, Michael, I'm gonna come audition.
Wow.
And I'm thinking, I'm auditioning maybe to get an extra spot, maybe to be a little extra security guard or something. And never in a million years that I thought they would see something in me that say that, you know, I'm gonna be their lead guy in the movie.
Right. Well, I can see what they saw too.
Sorry, go ahead.
When you get like that, you don't dress yourself.
There you go. Thank you.
Not in control of our lives. They tell me where to go. I didn't call me up. You get on the airplane.
Thank you.
You're going here. You're going there. You're going to do this. You're going. I'm in full control.
I'm glad they got you here then.
It was exciting.
But are you ready to get back to baking, or you think you might?
I love baking. I was telling them earlier that, you know, my comrades understand. Unless you have a love for baking, you wouldn't understand when I tell them that my bakery business comes before the movie business, and that people don't understand. Money is not everything. I might be able to make millions of dollars in the film business, but I might not be happy.
Right.
I want to be happy, and happy is more important to me than anything else.
Dwight made 3,000 king cakes over the last few weeks.
Wow. Yes.
We just made one.
Two. The whole
We made two,
season, I made two.
Two really big ones.
Two really big ones.
Oh, big one. Okay.
It probably took us as long as you to make 3,000.
So no, I started.
What kind of dough y'all use?
Monday.
Use the brioche
Yeah,
dough.
the brioche dough, yeah.
What do you use?
Oh, sweet
If you
Danish
can-
dough.
A sweet Danish. Yeah. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Yeah, then we actually put raspberry jam and a little bit of cream cheese in it.
I do the cream cheese, the lemon filling,
Yes.
Bavarian cream.
Oh, you do different kinds.
Yeah, I
He's
do
actually
like.
doing a cookbook, so we'll have some
Yeah.
recipes.
Okay. All right.
We're actually going to New York when we leave here. We got a cookbook we're working on.
Awesome.
And I hear you have a new place you might be opening in New York
Yeah,
pretty soon.
definitely. Definitely. We're going to see about that. when we go to New York.
125th and Malcolm X.
So that's what you told me. It sounds
Yeah.
great.
So a lot of things been going on lately, yeah. Life-changing things. Good things.
Yeah, you
Yes,
never know, do
absolutely.
you?
Yes.
Someone
You
walk
never
into
know
your
in life.
shop and
Whole life change. And I thought my life was already good. I was blessed. God who was already blessed me with successes in the bakery business and things like that. And then the Lord said, no, that's not enough. I got something else in store for you.
you have the ice cream cake.
You never know what
And
he
the
has
movie
planned.
thing and the way things going, I don't know what's happening after that. So they're trying to write a book. They might not want to do it yet till the whole my life is totally complete,
Changed,
you know,
yeah.
but no telling what God has in store for either one of us.
Well, that's why you do sequels. You have the movie now, right?
Yeah.
And then you do a sequel
That's
later.
right. That's right. That's right. I feel good up in here. I feel good in the kitchen.
Yeah, for
We
good
got
for
an
chocolate,
apron.
good
We have an apron.
for
we
sweet
can give
Danish
you,
dough.
Put you to
and-
work.
Yeah, I can put an apron on now. We can do something.
No,
Make
they
some
need. They
sauce.
told me not to keep you here too long.
When did you open your bakery?
13 years ago. Been in business 13 years. And it wasn't an easy start because nobody believed that. No one believed in me because I didn't have no money. I didn't have the finance companies, the banks to give me money. Nobody believed in me but myself. Nobody, absolutely. Everybody that I told that I was opening up a business, they laughed at me because I didn't have nothing. I had the skills, but I had no money, no back, and nothing. But it took me 3 years. I bought one piece of equipment at a time. I worked 2 jobs, but I had to be dedicated. I had to have my vision. I bought one piece of equipment. I would be in the newspaper every morning and look up the used restaurant equipment. I'll see a mix or something. I'll make a deal out with whoever got it, put it in my grandmother's garage. A few weeks later, buy another piece. It took me 3 years to get equipment and go and get equipment to, I had enough equipment and I gotta find me a building. Looked around, found me a nice building in the area where I went to school at, where I grew up at. I didn't want to go off somewhere where nobody didn't know me at. So
Right.
I have my best chances of succeeding if I'm in my own neighborhood. So I found the spot in my own neighborhood, and things happen real fast. People told me, well, Mr. Henry Dwight, my uncle and them, it's going to be years for you to be able to make some money and see success. I never believed in that theory. I never believed in that theory that it's going to take years to make money, because if you work hard enough and determined enough, you can make it. And it didn't take me, and people respond to hard work. People see how hard I worked and how dedicated I was to get my bakery open. And when I opened, people responded. And it didn't take me but about 3 months to really start seeing money, hiring people, and see success in about 3 to 4 months.
That's very
Things was paying for itself in 3 to 4 months because I didn't have residual money. When I opened my doors, I had zero money in the bank. Zero money. So 4 months, things was paying for itself, and I'm right here.
That's a good story.
I didn't know that stuff.
How did you learn to do this? I think you.
When I graduated out of high school, there was this local bakery in the Lower Ninth Ward where I was living at called Rise and Sunrise Bakery. In a small community, everybody that lived in that area worked at Rise, and that was the biggest employer in that area was Rise. And my brother worked there, and I was in 11th grade, and he got me a job in my 11th grade year. I got a summer job just cleaning up in the sanitation department. And I used to see the older guys in the bread department doing pastries, and it's like, it's a big commercial bakery. I said, I want to get over there and do bread and stuff. Next year I got out of school, put me in that bread department, and I fell in love with the bakery business ever since. Went from bakery to restaurant, to different catering service, and just bounced around the whole city. Everywhere I went, I learned something different. I picked up new techniques from different chefs everywhere I went, and I just took all of that stuff and put it into my own thing, and did my own thing and been successful.
That's great. Very inspiring story.
Yeah.
That's right. Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Thank you for
If
sharing.
that's all you got to do is believe in yourself. A lot of people don't believe in themselves. You know, so it's hard enough to find other people to believe in you. So at least you have to believe in yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Very good.
Well, I'm ready to walk right out.
I know, we have to come visit you now.
You can be done. You can do it. You can do it. With zero, you can do it.
Yeah. Because you're right, there are people who say it's like smart, right? You have a right business plan.
Been here before?
No. So today is my
A little different. Okay. Is that a good backdrop, or do you want to use that backdrop? You can cut this way.
I want to make sure.
Yeah, it's rolling. It's rolling.
Does it a red dot?
If you could please introduce yourself and tell us what you're doing here today, and you can just talk to me, not the camera.
Wait. Okay. So my name is Quinton A. Wallace. I'm here to do like I think a panel or like a workshop or something like that. That's all I do.
So when you talk to other young people about what it was like making the movie, what do you tell them?
It was fun and it was something I liked. And all of it was very fun.
And do you think that, you know, the arts classes, the music classes, all the different things you learn about in school are valuable for you and the kids your age?
Yes, because it helps them learn the world and how if they are going to have a job, because math stays in your life. It doesn't go away. So reading doesn't go away. English, it doesn't go away because you have to speak. So it's just like everything doesn't go away.
Sure. A little light. And tell me a little bit about what it feels like, what you're doing. I mean, we talked about doing a workshop, but how does it feel, you know, to be here at the White House? And I guess you're going to meet First Lady today. Is that an exciting thing?
Yes, all of it's exciting.
When was your last trip to the White House?
Yesterday, day before.
Oh, okay, so you just came. And tell me a little bit about the movie, who you play and what the movie is about.
I play the main character, Hush Puppy. It's about a girl who lives in the forest with her father, and she had hit her father, and he was a big piece of the world, and so everything just fell apart, and then he got sick, and everything just went the wrong way that she planned.
So the movie, it's a great movie, and it has it's a little complex movie at times. You know, I mean, I think it's not straightforward in that way. But what does the movie mean to you?
It's something great that happened, and some people never act in the film, and it was just like something that just you never think will happen, and it had water, kids, and animals and stuff that really wasn't supposed to happen, but things happen.
Cool. Thank you so much for your time, and welcome. Yeah. So. Yes. We are rolling.
Great. Can you just start by telling us your name and spelling it for editing purposes?
Sure. My name is Ben Zeitlin, Benh, new word, Zeitlin.
Okay, so I want to ask you two things. First about the movie and then about being at the White House.
Okay.
Tell us about your movie.
Well, it's a story about a little girl who lives with her father in this town called the Bathtub. That's been cut off from the world by a giant water protection system, and it's about basically their survival of a series of both environmental and mythological catastrophes that come descending onto their town.
What inspired you guys to make it?
It came from a lot of places, but for me it was really inspired by a community that I met, who I made another film with, and these little towns that sort of exist actually in South Louisiana that are falling off into the Gulf of Mexico, and this sort of battle to stay in these places and hold on to the culture there, and fight to survive. So.
Or were you surprised at their response? I mean, here you are in the White House.
Definitely, yeah. No, I mean, it was this tiny, tiny little movie, made with a lot of my friends, a lot of people doing it for the first time, and, non-professional actors, and just there was no reason to think anybody was going to see it. So it's been incredible how people have embraced it, and the fact that the White House has embraced it is just beyond anything we could have possibly imagined.
You said talk real quickly about kind of the casting process and just kind of some of the stories, and it's interesting stories about you guys hanging out at the bakery and then how that came together.
Sure, yeah. The movie was cast in a very kind of ragtag way. It was actually a lot of people who did our casting had been working on the campaign in 2008 and then came directly from that to our casting operation. And so we sort of took the same model of grassroots organizing to casting, and we were in schools and community centers and churches and knocking on doors, trying to get kids to come out to audition. And we ended up seeing about 4,000 people for Hush Puppy's role over the course of 9 months. And then other cast members like Dwight, who plays her father, he actually runs and operates a bakery that's location at the time was across the street from our casting office. And so as we were looking at these thousands of kids, we would go into the bakery and get donuts and coffee, and got to know him, and never expecting that he would one day be the star of the film. But one day he came in to audition on a lark, and it just kind of stayed in our heads. And eventually, we tried him out for the father role, and the two of them got along incredibly, and we realized that we had, that was our family for the film.
And sorry, last question. Can you guys set the scene of what's about to happen, and not the meeting with the first lady, but the kind of workshop and what you're going to talk about?
Yeah, we're about to talk to a bunch of kids, students, about the film, and it's really exciting to sort of talk to a young audience, and I'm sure we'll be talking about how we made it, sort of what the story is, what it means, and how maybe there's people in the audience that are interested in making films or doing something like this, and tell them a little bit about how we got started and how all our actors got started, and just how this happened.
It's a pretty heavy film for a young audience. What do you think? What do you expect them to have taken away from the story? And is there something? It's moving, right? Is there? Do you think? Sorry, I'm not being very eloquent at all. It was late night. What do you think they might be moved to do if it so moves? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Move to do?
Like sometimes if you see a movie about the environment or something, like, how can I help? Like, what is are you? I mean, I'm expecting kids are going to say stuff like, "Well, it's hard. Who knew that life was like that? What can we do?"
I think a lot of people in the audience are from Louisiana, and I think it's a film about, to me, it's very much a film about, standing by your culture, standing by your people, standing by your family, and kind of fighting to preserve the things about where you come from that are unique. And so, I think more than anything, I hope that people got that from it and feel like there's a sense of pride that you get from being a survivor, from living somewhere that's difficult to live, but fighting to keep that place alive. So I hope that resonated with kids.
Perfect. That's exactly what I was hoping.
How's it going?